What's up, guys? Welcome back. And today we're gonna be looking at the Galaxy S23 Ultra. The one I have in front of you guys is a cream color, running at 8 gigabytes of RAM with 256 internal storage. There's no external storage sadly or Knox core like they have usually been. So, the first thing I like about this phone is the camera. The camera has a 200 megapixels, which stands out pretty much from any phone. I took a picture with the 200 megapixel camera. It came out crystal clear, beautiful. I was able to zoom in like really well that I could just screenshot or crop the picture to and make it into three different kind of pictures kind of thing. So you have like a picture that you took and there's like something weird on it and you just cropped it, you won't lose any quality on that photo. So one thing I like. So right here we have four cameras. Obviously the first one right here is your 12 megapixel wide camera. This is a 200, the main one. Here's another 10 megapixel camera, and that's another 10 megapixel camera. These two are your telephoto cameras. This is your 200 megapixel camera, and this is your 12 megapixel camera. The other thing I like about this phone is the screen. The screen is 6 by 8 inches size, and the resolution of the phone, it's beautiful because it's running on 3088 by 1440, which is kind of four times better than regular HD. They basically call it QHD. So the second thing I like about this phone is the screen. The screen is a 6.8 inches from corner to corner. It's a 3088 by 1440 resolution, which is QHD for another words, which is equals four times better than regular HD. The screen runs in 120 frames per second for smooth gaming, for scrolling through your phone. It helps since I got kind of used to with my Rogue phone. That one runs like 144 frames per second. Not trying to show off here, but yeah. Um, the battery's about 5 milliamps, which is good, which has lasted me for approximately 3 days. So you could say on Sunday I started off at 9 a.m. with a full battery. I used it I didn't use it as much. So my on the well-being app it kind of showed that I used it about 2 hours per day. So it was 2 hours on Sunday and 2 hours on Saturday with one charged. Um, on Saturday I woke up to a phone being 50%, and then on Monday I woke up with the phone being up at 24%, which kind of lasted me 2 days, but like it reached to the third day with still battery. But my Saturday and Sunday, I used it for 2 hours each day, which is not a lot for some people. I'm pretty sure some people would use it for more often. But I was at home, so it's like, that I had other stuff to do. To check out the stylus. The stylus is the third thing I like about this phone. So there's two settings for the stylus. Could have always connected or have it like connected after. The always connection for the stylus will obviously use more battery. It didn't really affect me when I had the settings always connected with the stylus. It didn't use much batteries. The one of the things that I like is when it's for the camera. That's what kind of stand out the most for me. Cause like when you trying to take pictures with people, you need someone to hold your phone, take a picture, then you leave that person out, but you don't want to go around and ask someone to take a picture for you. So by holding this button on the stylus, it'll bring up the camera. Oop, it should bring up the camera. There we go. So that's the camera right now. by holding the stylus button, and then I could just take a picture by pressing the button itself right here, and there's the picture. And there's like stuff you could do with the stylus commands. You gotta be waving your hand, your arms, just to make it go back or zigzags. The other thing I like is the screenshot when you just hold the button of the stylus and it says zigzag it and take a screenshot. But I mean, like, I probably won't even use it much, but that's like another thing I like for a camera. So the zoom in, the 100 times zoom in, it was crazy. Cause like I was walking down a forest preserve and I was able to take a picture. And from a distance, I saw this guy fishing, and I had my phone on me because I was over the weekend. I was testing it out, and I took a picture, and I thought like I'm. As can you see in this picture, this picture was taken by 200 megapixel, and like I was saying, when you zoom in, you don't lose too much of quality. And actually, when you zoom in, I don't know, but like it actually looks way better when you zoom in, especially on this phone, cause like the phone has a nice resolution. So like on this, there's people right here. If I zoom in onto these people, like you still be able to see them, well, blurry, but you see like there's people over there. You kind of tell what they're wearing with just a 200 megapixel. This is not even the 100 times zoom in. Just the camera itself, a 200 megapixel camera. So I tested the phone with the game called Genshin Impact. I screen recorded the gameplay, so the screen recorded would be at 50 frames per second with 2116 by 1080 resolution. I played it for 30 minutes. The game ran pretty smooth. I had no trouble playing this specific game in high settings. The phone heated up after 30 minutes. It wasn't that bad. It was just like that warm heat temperature kind of starting to heat up, but it wasn't that bad, so it was decent. I also hopped on to Apex and played it for another 20 minutes. The temperature didn't go up as much, it kind of stayed the same. So temperature is pretty good for playing a game. Another thing about this phone, it has stereo speakers. I would not say they're that good or loud, cause like the Asus ROG Phone 5 Pro has stereo speakers as well, but with outdoors ambient settings on, it's really loud for a phone. But when it was off, I compared both phones and they kind of sounds the same. So like the stereo speakers it's alright. And the only thing that I don't like the stereo speakers from the bottom, the speakers is right here. So if you're trying to play a game, you can't really play a game because like your palm will be covering the speakers. The other downside I like was the adapter for headphones. I plugged my headphones in here with an adapter, and I was able to listen to like a video to like a decent sound. I mean, you were able to hear it, but not too loud. And then my other phone, which had an aux, I tested there, where obviously the aux was like louder. It gave more power, so the headphones had more. There were more sound. There was more volume in the headphones from the aux instead of the USB section. That's the only thing I don't like, but like not as much. Not a lot of people use headphones anymore. They just use wireless, or they just don't even use headphones. It's kind of weird nowadays. So, would I recommend this phone to someone? I will, because it's a good phone and that's a good battery, runs really good. It's water resistance. The water resistance is like 1.5 meters for 30 minutes, which is pretty good. You could just dive underwater in the pool, take it with your phone, take some good pictures, and take it out. No more than 30 minutes and no more than 1.5 meters. So it's a good phone for pictures, especially for a 200 camera pixel. If you're someone who likes to take pictures, like this is be a good phone for pictures because you were able to take a picture and crop it to the size you like or to the image or you're preferring, and you won't lose as much as the quality you would with a low pixel camera. The zoom in, it's a fun thing to have fun with here and there, but you probably won't use zoom in as like something seriously for a camera. This is the clearer case. It's really thin for a phone. Like it feels like you barely have a protector on there. It will stay up the table. Right there, you still have a little edge for protection. Not on this side though. This side's pretty flat. For the camera, it has an edge as well. But it looks nice. I like the clear. I use it for a casual day where I probably won't drop my phone. And for this one has it's also thin, but this one has a tiny window for your camera, as you can see. So the same thickness from here. This is flat, but this is a camera window for protection. It slides, which is nice. Which I like this one as well, because like having a 200 megapixel camera, I doubt someone wants to scratch that camera out really bad. Cause like that's that'd be pretty perfect to have. So like I still recommend a screen glass protection. So I will leave two links for these two cases on the description if you guys are interested.